what is your idea about cultural architecture beyond, since a lot of situation like COVID-19 or the technology that come very, very fast?
I take a I take a view from the ordinary people's standpoint, because I think what happened during COVID, I think the divides in the society became clearer. I don't think COVID created any new problems. I think COVID actually exposed the problems that we have in society. I think home became something really important also in this. I'll get there. I think people started working from home. Of course, I'm a university educator, and people started using things like Zoom and so on. And
Mhm.
it showed like the students don't learn. A lot of students don't really learn
Mhm.
because it's tremendously difficult. School is also a place where you develop social skills, and so on. It became so difficult in that sense. But on the other hand, I think, as you mentioned, for middle class people, the other thing is physical distancing, or social distancing is what the term they use, but physical distancing. Now, physical distancing is very easy for you and me to do, but the thing is, for people who live in high density places, it's tremendously difficult to do. If I may look at office spaces, I think they are more interested in interior design than exterior now, because
Yep.
it's a matter of kind of like how to organize an office so that
Yeah.
people can work,
Mhm.
uh, and without reducing the number of workers. Like, I mean, how can you organize the interior space so that
Yeah.
people can work? I think it's very important for architects to rethink, like organize in such a way that they're all exposed to outside and ventilation, so they don't have to circulate. But houses, families live together anyway, so houses don't need that. But houses probably need a lot of separation and being able to do many things, entertainment, office work, and and everything during the day at home. I have seen Professor Bandit Chulasai, his house, where he has a tycoon.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's a very big open space, and then he has the bedroom above. There might be a way to kind of like organize houses also to provide ventilation. I think we need to kind of like make it even more open and natural. I think Thailand is a very good place because a lot of people eat outside. I think we need to kind of like think of an architecture that is friendly with to the environment. You
Mhm.
work with the environment, like, and so on, so that you can be outside. You don't have to come inside and everybody gets COVID. Sometimes when we say culture, the culture becomes like this big culture, like the
Mhm.
Thai culture, the Chinese culture, or something like that, right? But I think the culture is what is practiced on the ground. That's what the culture is. I mean, that's what you were kind of like highlighting.
Mhm.
There's a temple. There are people who are there. They actually work with the temple. They use the temple ground to kind of like do certain things. All of a
Mhm.
sudden, for whatever the reason, the project becomes too big
Mhm.
to accommodate all these people. I think we need to pay attention to definitely we need to pay attention to the level of culture, because I
Mhm.
think I think in Thailand what I saw was, it's very different to say a lot of other places.
Mhm.
I think every place is unique in this sense. I think even in Sri Sachanalai, what I saw was, it's a there's a very interesting combination of local people and the temple. They're all involved who live around. Is that so? I think it's a very beautiful combination that we find at the local cultural level. I mean, as you're saying, like people who might be working, people who might actually be even using the temple grounds. And if the temple did not have any problems until today, there's no need to kind of like build a huge cheti, like JD, right? I think it's very important to understand the ground conditions, because we are taught sometimes in architecture schools also, we are taught to bring in these big ideas,
Yeah.
like, I mean, there's
Yeah.
some big thing that we can apply. I'm absolutely with you to say that we need to understand the ground condition. We need to understand what is that particular place, and that's how each piece of architecture is going to be unique. It's not because the designer knows how to do something different, in his or her own design. But I think the uniqueness, at least part of the uniqueness, should come from the community, from the culture, as you're saying, and from the place.